Hey everybody, Steven with Steven Turner Agency again. If you saw the little intro video on one of my social medias, then you'll know today is all about inflation and just how that's affecting not only, our normal day-to-day budgets with groceries and gas and everything else that we have to pay for on a regular basis, but your insurance as well. With the cost of everything that has increased, whether it just be a car repair or having to replace a vehicle in the event of a total loss, um, car prices are at an all-time high. And God forbid you were in an accident that was deemed a total loss, you would need to make sure you got a vehicle that was still safe, still similar to what you had prior to, as that's the purpose of insurance, is to make you whole again after an accident or after a claim. And with the cost of vehicles going up, then insurance companies have to make sure that those rates are adjusted accordingly for those total loss scenarios. Insurance companies look at the worst case scenario, which would be a total loss, whether it be an auto, home, boat, motorcycle, whatever type of policy you have. We think in terms of worst case scenario and hope for the best. Hope it's just a repair, hope you don't have to make a claim really. But in the event you do have to make a claim, that's what we're here for. And we hope that it's a best case scenario, which is just a repair, and we can get everything taken care of for you, get you your vehicle back, get your home repaired, whatever that may be, and get you, back going with your regular day to day and not having to worry about it. But again, with the cost of everything going up, you look at even used car prices. If you're in the market looking to buy a vehicle, or God forbid something happened and your vehicle was involved in an accident, whether you were at fault or not, and it was a total loss, you want to make sure that you're going to get what you need out of it in order to get a replacement vehicle or to get your home repaired or rebuilt. And so there's a lot of different aspects that go into this, and that's really the auto side. And again, even as agents ourselves who write policies, we're not immune from these effects of inflation. My own personal policy went up $80 at my last renewal. So we're experiencing the same things that you guys are, and we want to be available to make sure that you have the right coverages for you and your family, that you are properly protected, but you still have the best possible rates and service, which is something you definitely need in today's just crazy world. God forbid something happens, you want someone that's going to stand up and go to bat for you and make sure that that claim gets handled properly. And so that's definitely something that we do here. I stay on the phone on a regular basis with different claims departments for my commercial clients, for auto insurance policies, home insurance policies, motorcycles, boats. I've currently got, I think, about 12 different claims going on right now, that I'm constantly following up on. And even though I'm not a licensed claims adjuster and I'm not part of the claims department, I help facilitate those claims for my clients, whether it be with farmers or whether they were hit by somebody with another company. And I will follow up with those companies and make sure that they're taking care of my clients the way that they should be. But that's just the service aspect of it, kind of getting on a tangent. But going back to the inflation piece, looking at homeowners policies, just from 2 years ago, it's costing on average anywhere from 20% more, upwards of 60% more, to rebuild a home from the ground up in the event of a total loss. And so, yeah, we are seeing increases on homeowners policies. And the main difference at renewal that people will see is their coverage A, or dwelling coverage, which is the reconstruction cost of your home, is increasing to help combat that inflation. And so the coverage A on a homeowner's policy, that dwelling coverage, it is one of the largest factors on a homeowner's policy when it comes to premium. So I just had another client that their dwelling coverage increased $20,000 at this most recent renewal, and their policy increased by $112 for the year. I'm sorry, $112 for the year. And so Yeah, it's a $112 increase. I get it. Nobody wants their insurance rates to increase, and we all say, "Well, hey, I haven't filed a claim. I've been with this company for the past 5 or 10 or 15 years, and I've never filed a claim." And I definitely get that. It's not something that we like either as agents, but I haven't filed a claim either in years and years. I've been in one accident the entire time I've been driving, yet my own insurance rates are increasing because insurance is a shared risk pool. Everybody that is with, say, farmers, is in a shared risk pool with all other farmers' policyholders. And so if somebody gets into an accident with that has a farmer's policy, farmers is paying out on that claim. So for example, their homeowner's policy is $1,200 a year, and they had a bad storm come through and their roof was damaged. They needed to get a new roof. They filed the claim. Okay, so Farmers is collecting $1,200 for the annual policy, just for an example's sake, plus the $1,000 deductible. So essentially, Farmers is you can say $2,200, and that gets more into the nuts and bolts, but the insured pays that $1,000, which saves Farmers $1,000 off the claim. So let's just say the roof was $6,000. Okay, well, Farmers paid out $5,000, and they only brought in $1,200 that year for that homeowner's policy. So then that affects everybody else in that shared risk pool, because now Farmers is at a loss for the difference between the $5,000 they paid out on that one roof for that one home claim versus the $1,200 they brought in. So just trying to give you an idea of the bigger picture here. Look at the entire state of Georgia, statewide, at how many claims have been filed, especially on homes, over the last year or 18 months, and how many people, have had damage due to storms and gotten new roofs or had repairs done to their home, versus the amount of premium that they're taking in. And so this is happening insurance industry wide, and definitely statewide here in Georgia for sure. But all of these different carriers are paying out tons and tons, hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars in claims, and only bringing in, say 30 to 40, maybe 50% of that in overall premium. So that's why rates are adjusting, is because of the big picture. And I know nobody cares, nobody wants to think about the big picture, but that's just how insurance companies operate. While it's not the most convenient thing in the world for us at the individual level, because I've got my individual auto and home and life policies and everything with Farmers, they look at the big picture at corporate, and that's how they determine, and what's going on with our economy, what the average price of vehicles, average price of repairs, average price of building a new home. They look at all of their claims data, the average cost that it takes them for a home repair when something happens, and they aggregate all of this data, and then that's how they figure up the rates. Now, all of that is kind of the doom and gloom and bad news. But getting back into the good side is we do have options. So with Farmers purchasing MetLife insurance last year, we have more options now for people to be able to keep you within the Farmers group of families or policies, and still be able to move you around, look at different options. We have an annual auto policy option now instead of just a 6-month. So that way you get a rate that stays locked in for longer. We have more carrier options for being able to shop for the auto and the home insurance policy for you. Umbrella policies, life policies, even some of the specialty stuff like boats and motorcycles and things like that. So we have a whole mixed bag of options now, rather than being kind of limited on, hey, we can only look at, this one carrier, and if it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit, take it or leave it type option, which nobody likes. So what we try to do here is not only get you the right insurance, the right prices, but also the best possible service when it comes to your insurance. Because I know, and it's not something that we think about often until you need it. So when you are shopping insurance, when you're getting quotes, trying to figure out how you can save money, make sure that that agent is not just giving you the most bare bones policy available with the state minimum liability limits. In 99% of cases, that's not going to be enough coverage for you in general. And number two, if you've got a family, God forbid, one bad day could really change your entire financial outlook for years to come. Just for example, the state minimum liability limit on auto insurance policies for property damage is $25,000. Look up any used vehicle nowadays, and I would be willing to wager 60 to 70% of those vehicles are going to cost more than $25,000 for you to purchase. So in the event you hit somebody and you total the other person's vehicle, and their vehicle is, say, worth $35,000 is the total loss settlement, but you've only got $25,000 in property damage coverage on your policy, then you are liable for that gap of $10,000, and the other party could potentially sue you after the claim has been filed and settled, because your policy will pay out up to $25,000, and you could potentially have a lawsuit for that remaining $10,000. And they could put judgments or liens against your home or any other property that you have to settle said lawsuit. So I say all of this just to make sure what we do here is we look at multiple options for you as far as carriers and policies, and really go in, kind of figure out what your specific situation is. Make sure that you get what you need specific to your family, not a one size fits all, not a take it or leave it option, but we go in and we shop and learn a little bit about you. Make sure we get you the right coverages, the right policy to give you the peace of mind that you really need, that once you get that set up, you no longer have to think about your insurance. God forbid you have a bad day, you have an accident, or a storm comes through and causes damage to your home. You give us a call and you're already confident. You have the right coverage, you know what you have, and you can just give us one phone call, we'll get the claim filed, and then facilitate that entire process, and you're going to get taken care of. Because getting it set up correctly on the front end will save you so much headache and stress on the back end when you do have to file a claim. Because statistically, it's not a matter of if I have to file a claim, it's when. It may take 5, 10, 15 years, if you're really lucky. And that's great for you. But there will come a time when you have to file a claim, and you want to make sure you've got the right policies, the right coverages, and the right agent that's really going to help make sure you get taken care of and force the insurance company to do what they're supposed to and make you whole again. So sorry for kind of ranting on here, but with inflation, yes, prices are increasing on everything. And so I only say that to make sure you don't go out as a knee-jerk reaction and try to get a policy with just terrible coverages, slashing, the protection you have or you and your family have, just to try and save $5 or $10 a month. Because when the time comes that you need to file a claim, if you don't have the right coverages, that $5 or $10 a month could end up costing you tens of thousands of dollars in lawsuits, legal fees, lawyers, and everything else. So hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. If there's ever anything that we can do here, please feel free to give us a call. Even if you just have questions, you're not a current customer or client with our agency, that's 100% fine. I probably take about 4 to 5 phone calls a day just answering questions and trying to help people understand their current policies, even with other companies. I don't mind, because I would much rather you understand what you have, so that way you can make the best educated decision for your family, than never know and find out at the time you file a claim, which is too late to make any changes. So please feel free anytime. Give me a call, 678-719-0678. Shoot me an email, Stephen, STEPHEN, @StephenTurnerAgency.com. Or visit our website and just kind of learn a little bit more about us. And you can submit the contact us form, and I'll be more than happy to get back with you. That's www.sturneragency.com. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and just stay safe out there. I look forward to talking with you.